mentioned that William Regal showed you a lot of respect when you were backstage at the Bell Center. In general, with the young wrestlers and the agents, when you were back there, did you find that they were happy to see you backstage in WWE?
Yes. I had some kids. You see, not watching wrestling for 15 years, I didn't know the talent.
Yeah.
But so many talent came to see me. Mr. Rougeau, nice to meet you. I was a fan of yours, and so it was really nice. Everybody was nice. The only one, Arn Anderson, was like that, and that was about it. Because even when I walked in, the first person I crossed when I was going up there to the cafeteria was Kane, and Kane, it was amazing because he was on his laptop. He was sitting down, just doing his own little thing in a corner, and I passed in front of him, and I looked at him, and I tapped him on the shoulder when I went by. I said, "How you doing, brother?" And then he looked his head up to me like this, and he put his head right back down like he didn't know me, And then I said, "Kane," and then he looked up again and said, "Jacques." Oh my God! He put his computer beside. He got up. He says, "How are you, Jacques?" He was very nice. Me and Undertaker and Mark and Kane were very close friends, so at least close enough. A lot of respect. And then I like to introduce you my son. I introduced Cedric to Kane, and I swear to God, my son was eye to eye with him. They were the same height. Kane looked at my son. He says, "Holy mackerel!" And that's the impression that everybody does, and when they see my son, so
I still think your son's gonna be a wrestling superstar, even if he doesn't have interest. Someone in there is going to get some brains one of these days, and
well, I think they should come and get him. He's so talented, and for his size, incredible, but I got to also admit that for 15, 20 years, Vince called me 2-3 times, like through his agents, to go do a performance or go do a show, and there was absolutely no, because what I was doing against violence and the wrestling I was doing, if I went on TV to do one show where I got hit with a table, then it would contradict everything I'm building up in Quebec. So it was like, "Oh, okay, Jacques, you're going to get the big payday money, but you're telling our kids no violence, and then I see you on TV getting hit with a chair. So what are you saying us, Jacques?" So I couldn't go for Vince. So when he called me, I explained that to him. It's nothing personal. I'm just having a new kind of wrestling now, family orientated, where I can't be seen in this kind of element. And so after trying 2-3 times over the years, then he finally let go of the Mountie and Jacques Rougeau. But I think that when I came back with Cedric and proposed that, I think he must have had it on his, how could I say that? He was disappointed. And there's not a lot of people that said no to Vince McMahon in his career. And and the fact that I never needed money, I always was okay. I always managed by myself, living. So a lot of wrestlers don't have that opportunity to say no to Vince because they're in need of money or in need of a job or they're in need of a wrestling he owns. So if you're not with Vince McMahon, you're nowhere. But that never stopped me from saying no when it was wrong and yes when it was right.
And now that your brother's back with the company, there's always people talking, are they going to put the Rougeau Brothers in the Hall of Fame?
Oh my God, you're so nice. But the truth is Steve Lombardi. You know Steve Lombardi?
Yeah, the Brooklyn Brawler.
He's in the Hall of Fame. Do you know that he's in the Hall of Fame?
No, I didn't hear that, but I know Coco Beware is, which I was a little shocked at.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan, guys like that should be in the Hall of Fame because they were talent. They were known and they did a great job in their own characters. But the thing is there's place for the Rougeau brothers in there, and like the Brian Blair and Jim Brunzell, the Killer Bees that were there, and all the other teams that we work with. So when you look at all that and you say that Jacques Rougeau with Raymond and the Quebecers with Pierre-Carl Ouellet, champion of the world 3 times, and Intercontinental Champion as the Mountie, and everything I've done, and I see other talent that are there in the Hall of Fame, I know now for a fact, and after my meeting that never happened with my son, that the Hall of Fame is only a business pattern, and it's only a business place for Vince McMahon to make more money marketing and stuff like that. Because I've been told so many times, Devin, without being on top of everybody else, which I'm not better than anybody else. It's not me, but people are telling us that in their heart, the Rougeaus are in the Hall of Fame already. So I live with that. I'm okay with that.
Especially in the Quebec area in Ontario, where you guys were very well remembered. But everyone still mentions your theme song on the top of their list as one of the greatest theme songs ever. So, if no other reason, you should be in for the theme song. But
Jimmy Hart's the greatest manager of all times. I've always said it, and I'll always repeat it. Jimmy Hart was such an asset to the company.
You were just with him, right?
Yeah. Actually, more than you think. I was with him 3 weeks ago. He has a hotel in Daytona Beach. There's a Hall of Fame hotel. It's called Jimmy Hart, and I went to spend a couple of days there when I went to Florida. And my pictures are everywhere in there. It's so amazing. I got 3-4 pictures with me on the wall there. So some with Ted DiBiase and Ric Flair, and some with Carl, some with Raymond, some of the Mountie, and but Jimmy Hart was so much more than that. He was creating in the good years of the '80s when all the songs were coming out of the wrestlers. It was all Jimmy Hart that was composing that and writing those songs. It was amazing. And as far as professionalism, Jimmy Hart, always on time, would never miss a flight, would never go out in bars, he was so professional. And you could meet him at 4:00 in the morning in the airport, and he'd say, "Hey brother, how you doing, man? How you doing?" He was always there for his fans, and he's great. Jimmy Hart is a great man.